that word.
A dog just barked something in someone else's mouth.
What is going on, my family? Your boy Demetrius is back with another classic video. Here we are going to talk about something that's been been brewing ever since EVO weekend. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Which is this past weekend, like 5 days ago. And what we're going to talk about here is that everybody knows sonicfox, aka Sonic the Hedgehog, won Mortal Kombat 1 this past weekend at EVO 2025. And you know, everybody's talking about this is sonicfox 8th EVO and all of that. Now here's the thing. I think it was Ryan Hart, if I'm not mistaken. I think Ryan Hart kind of was talking about a Mount Rushmore conversation. Y'all feel what I'm saying? When it came to other FGC players. And sonicfox, of course, got a hold of the tweet. He quote retweeted it, and of course sonicfox practically implemented himself as the FGC Mount Rushmore of those players that belong on that mountain. Y'all feel what I'm saying? But here's what I'm gonna do before I start the whole thing. Now look, when it comes to this type of shit, GOAT debate, Mount Rushmore or whatever, we see this stupid shit going on in basketball right now. I don't like discussing things like that. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Because you know, when it comes to stuff like that, you got to think about eras, you got to think about genres. And in this case, when it comes to the FGC, you also have to think about community. So it's something that I really try to stay away from. But then I start to do a little thinking. I'm going to be like, hey, I'm going to give my opinion just like everybody else. And that is the reason why I'm showing you these tweets, because these people have their opinions and I'm going to have mine. So for you sonicfox slurpees that are going to come in on my comment section with y'all bullshit, just let y'all know, this is my opinion on him. Now, I will be lenient when it comes to sonicfox. You feel what I'm saying? What I am about to explain, I will be lenient, and I will say, okay, when it comes to certain things, my mind can be changed. And like y'all saw on the title, this is going to be my discussion on why I believe that sonicfox is not the FGC GOAT, and why I believe that sonicfox does not deserve to be on the so-called FGC Mount Rushmore. Now overall, even though I can't stand sonicfox because I think he has a scumbag personality, I feel like he has a heathen demeanor, you feel what I'm saying? And the dude is disrespectful and he's disgusting, and we've all seen it. We've all seen what this guy is capable of when it comes to social media, when it comes to live. This guy is capable of some scumbag shit, and he has done some scumbag shit, and he has disrespected a lot of people. Let's keep it all the way real. But as I said, when it comes to this, some things, yeah, my mind can be changed, but at the same time. But when we're talking about the GOAT conversation, one thing that people don't realize when it comes to the FGC, a lot of these people, whether they're young or whatever, you know, kind of feel like, okay, you pick up the controller, you play, you get good and win, and then you build accolades and shit like that. And a lot of people think like that's enough. With me, that's not enough. I'm going to tell y'all right now, that's not enough, and it's not that simple with me. Okay, accolades is great, but when it comes to being the so-called GOAT or something, you got to do more than just accolades and just rack up wins. You feel what I'm saying, Playboy? You got to do more than that. And this is the reason why I always point the fact out when it comes to Arslan Ash. Yes, Arslan Ash is great. He wins. He is the so-called GOAT of Tekken. He's the best Tekken player in the world. But here's the thing when it comes to Arslan Ash. There's other things that makes Arslan Ash in the GOAT discussion and in the Mount Rushmore discussion when it comes to the FGC. But this is not an Arslan Ash video. I already did that. Y'all want to check that out, go check that out. This is a video on Sonic the Hedgehog right now. And like I said, we're going to be talking about why I feel like he is not the FGC GOAT, and why I feel like he should not be on that so-called Mount Rushmore. Now, as I said, sonicfox got a hold of Ryan Hart's tweet, and he practically implemented himself as part of the Mount Rushmore conversation. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Now look, sonicfox is one of those type of guys. He's that me, myself, and I type of motherfucker. So I'm not surprised that sonicfox did this. sonicfox also did his infamous slogan after he won Mortal Kombat 1 this past weekend at EVO. I hate when he says that shit, but y'all already know what I'm talking about because he said it on Twitter, and I can't stand the fact that he still says that to this day. But we're going to go down the line, and I'm going to just explain why I don't feel Sonic Fox needs to be on that Mount Rushmore. Now, I will say this. As much as I can't stand Sonic Fox, I do have him in the top 10 of all time when it comes to, fighting game players, pro players, champion players, however you want to categorize it. I have Sonic Fox in the top 10. I've said that numerous times. He is top 10 of all time. But as far as Mount Rushmore, nah, I can't put him there. To be quite honest with you, with the exception of a couple of people, like I said, I don't do the whole Mount Rushmore thing. But with the exception of a couple of people, I only have a couple of people up there. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as Sonic Fox, I have him in the top 10. You feel what I'm saying? So this is not some bashing type of video or anything like that, although it may seem like it because of the attitude that I have towards him. But I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to tell y'all why that I have such a bashing attitude towards this guy. Now, the first thing that I'm going to say when it comes to Sonic Fox, everybody knows that Sonic Fox is this NRS fighting game guru. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he just won Mortal Kombat 1. More power to him. Let's just keep it all the way real. We can start with Mortal Kombat 1. No one entered Mortal Kombat 1 this year. Mortal Kombat 1 had super low entries. You feel what I'm saying? And no one came to play. Ninja Killer didn't even participate. Shout out to Ninja Killer. Ninja Killer just announced that he is retiring from NetherRealm Games. So that's kind of a bummer right there. Maybe he might come back in the future. But yes, Ninja Killer has announced that he is retiring from Mortal Kombat and whatever type of NetherRealm game. And I understand that. Ninja Killer is one of those type of people that he is expanded. You feel what I'm saying? And he has done some things that Sonic Fox actually has not done. And we're going to get into that. And like I said, when it comes to Sonic Fox, when it comes to these NRS games, Sonic Fox is great. You feel what I'm saying? My issue is with Sonic Fox when it comes to other fighting games. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we're going to discuss first. When it comes to other fighting games, yes, Sonic Fox does play. He does become good at these other fighting games. Now, he does win a tournament or two every now and then when it comes to these other fighting games. But this is the issue that I've always had with him. And it has been documented when it comes to Sonic Fox, dating all the way back to Street Fighter V. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Sonic Fox, if he picks up a game such as Street Fighter, if he picks up a game such as Tekken, such as Guilty Gear, it usually does not end well for him. The reason why it does not end well for him is because, me personally, I think Sonic Fox just does not have that patience to build a foundation with that fighting game. I feel like he uses his name to just shoot up the rankings when it comes to recognition or when it comes to favoring. You know what I'm saying? We saw that with Tekken 8, how Sonic Fox was just like, okay, I'm going to play Tekken 8, this and that, this and that. And the Tekken Pro players just welcomed him with open arms. Okay, Sonic Fox, you're Sonic Fox. It really pissed me off. And Sonic Fox looked very mediocre going up against those high-level pro players when it came to Tekken. It pissed me off how those Tekken Pro players just allowed him to just shoot up above everybody else. He had no foundation when it came to the game. He plays the game good enough to be, I guess you could say, competitive or casual. But when it comes to just picking up the game and just entering that door into the upper echelon with the other high-level Tekken Pro players, I kind of feel like that was just complete bullshit what happened. And we saw the result when it came to Sonic Fox. He got beat, and he got beat badly. And he was like, oh, I'm going to play Tekken 8. I'm going to go to EVO Japan. I'm going to dominate. Whatever happened. You feel what I'm saying? And then, of course, Arslan Ash, the same guy that he put on the Mount Rushmore with him, Arslan Ash actually deserves to be there. One of those guys that deserves to be there actually checked Sonic Fox on Tekken 8. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So, when it comes to games like a Street Fighter and like a Tekken, Sonic Fox just hasn't shown that he has the patience, he has the dedication to stick around and become great just like all of those other players. Can he? He probably could. But does he? He does not. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like if you're going to be the GOAT or the Mount Rushmore or something, you got to do it in other areas. You got to do it in other fighting games. Y'all feel what I'm saying? And Sonic Fox just doesn't do it. Now, like I said, he has won a tournament or two here and there, but it's just well documented that when he goes to these other fighting games, not named NetherRealm, not named Mortal Kombat, not named Injustice, it doesn't usually end very well for him. We already know what happened with Street Fighter V. You know, that legendary ass whooping he got when he went up against Smug. I still got that fucking video saved in my playlist. You feel what I'm saying? Smug tore the shit out of him. That was just absolutely embarrassing. You feel what I'm saying? Now look, everybody gets beat in a fighting game. But what I am trying to make the point is, Sonic Fox does not bounce back when it comes to going to these other non-NRS fighting games. When he gets beat, he doesn't bounce back. We saw what happened between him and Meta RD. Another person that, you know, Sonic Fox, he praises Meta RD like a motherfucker. And I'm kind of noticing something. Sonic Fox, he tries to kind of wiggle the tail of other pro players that are successful. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it works out for him. I don't think those other pro players really care. But yeah, he tried to do that with Meta RD. And isn't Meta RD that same dude that practically humiliated Sonic Fox in Street Fighter 6 and on Twitter? You feel what I'm saying? And what did Sonic Fox do? Sonic Fox did not bounce back from that. He cut the fuck out. So that's my claim right there. Is that a GOAT? Now, you want to be the GOAT in something? GOATs don't do that. People that deserve to be on Mount Rushmores don't do that. He never bounced back from it. He never, whatever character that he uses in Street Fighter 6, he never came back at Meta RD and did nothing. He didn't have to come back and win. Just accept the so-called challenge. You feel what I'm saying? I looked at that as a challenge. When Meta RD did what he did when it came to Sonic Fox, I felt that was a challenge. Sonic Fox didn't seem like he was up for that challenge. He dipped the fuck out. He went back to Mortal Kombat, won a couple of tournaments and stuff like that. That's what he does. That's what he does. And then we already know what happened when it came to Tekken 8. There was a lot of crazy stuff that went down when it came to Tekken 8. You know, we already know the issue that he had with the European player, the money match that he tried to build up and it never happened. So, look, for you to be the GOAT, you got to basically handle your shit. And if you're going to issue a challenge like he did with that European player, you better make it go through. He didn't do that. So that's the first claim right there. When it comes to these other fighting games, Sonic Fox, he just doesn't get the job done when it comes to these other fighting games. And then on top of that too, when the going gets tough, he backs out of them. There's no dedication and no foundation when it comes to these other fighting games when it comes to Sonic Fox. And y'all know I'm right about this. You feel what I'm saying? Now, like I said, that can be turned around. It can be easily turned around. And we even saw this with him when it came to Guilty Gear. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where he uses his name. He picks up these games. He says this and says that. And then, of course, it doesn't happen. Not only does he walk away, he runs away. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm sorry. GOATs don't do that. I'm sorry. People that want to be on a Mount Rushmore of fighting games, they don't do that. You know, I don't recall Mike Ross or Perfect Legend. Shout out to my homeboy Perfect Legend. I don't recall none of those guys picking up any fighting game and just disappearing. You feel what I'm saying? No, that's not what you do if you want to be a GOAT. I'm sorry. And that is something that Sonic Fox has constantly done over the years. Now, here's what's going to be kind of interesting when it comes to Sonic Fox. The Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. That's going to be very interesting. I want to see if Sonic Fox competes in that and if he becomes dedicated to it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, it is going to be some monster-ass players. The classic Mortal Kombat game, there's so many great players. So many great unknown players. You feel what I'm saying? And I just want to see how Sonic Fox fares when it comes to those classic Mortal Kombat games. I really want to see it. Is he going to be competitive in it? Is he going to be dedicated to it? I really want to see that happen because I'm going to tell you right now, those classic Mortal Kombat games, we're going to see some stars. We're going to see some stars when it comes to the classic Mortal Kombat game. We're going to see some new stars. I guarantee you. Now, I'm going to go on to another reason why I feel like Sonic Fox is not the GOAT, and that is, of course, his attitude. Now, we already know Sonic Fox, every single time he wins something, he has that famous slogan, I'm gay, I'm the best Mortal Kombat player in the world. Just really arrogant. That's just a sign of a bad attitude right there. And this has also been documented when it comes to Sonic Fox's attitude. Sonic Fox has a slime ball attitude, and we already know this. Now look, a lot of people in the FGC, they have a slime ball attitude. But at the same time, a lot of those other people are not considered as GOATs. And I'm going to be all the way real. A lot of those other people that have that slime ball attitude, they don't want to be considered as GOATs. But if you're going to implement yourself in the so-called GOAT Mount Rushmore conversation, you got to change your attitude. You got to change your attitude. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to bring up the situation that he had with Sikander. He talked shit about Sikander's dead parent. Not only that, he goes on social media, makes a Twitter video basically saying, hey, suck my you know what.
Sikander, you're a fucking bitch, okay? And now you saw Eric's lick once, so suck my I'm out of here.
Come on. There was so many young people that are getting into fighting games that seen that video. That's not a GOAT. You cannot be a GOAT doing shit like that. That is a bad attitude. That is a slime ball attitude. And if you want to be the GOAT of something, you can't have that happen. And Sonic Fox has done shit like that time and time again. The way that he constantly disrespects people like Sikander. The way that he constantly disrespects people like Perfect Legend. When Perfect Legend is a guy that practically paved the way for a dude like Sonic Fox to be successful as he is. And he still to this day disrespects Perfect Legend. When Perfect Legend is a guy that was already doing the things that Sonic Fox was doing, you're still showing disrespect. I don't recall Michael Jordan ever disrespecting Julius Erving in that matter, when Julius Erving was doing that first and paved the way for Michael Jordan to become successful. I don't remember Kobe Bryant disrespecting Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan was doing it all first and paved the way for Kobe Bryant for him to be successful. Kobe Bryant never disrespected Michael Jordan like that. So why does Sonic Fox get away with disrespecting a guy like Perfect Legend, a guy that was already winning tournaments, paving the way for him, and Sonic Fox gets away with that and he gets to be called the GOAT and get put on a Mount Rushmore? I don't think so. I don't think so. People that do that don't deserve to be no GOAT. You don't disrespect who done it before you. You don't disrespect that person that paved the way for you. You just don't do it. Not in my opinion. And that is something right there that will never change my mind. Disrespecting who paved the way for you, I feel like that's just some slime ball shit. And another thing when it comes to Sonic Fox, a lot of people aren't really realizing when Sonic Fox leaves a lot of these fighting game communities and a lot of the unknown fighting game communities, he leaves a lot of these fighting game communities in shambles, in disarray. We saw what happened when it came to Skullgirls. Now, I know a lot of people are going to come in the comment section, well, you know, oh, he won Skullgirl tournaments. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all right now, Skullgirls don't count, okay? Skullgirls don't count, but I'm going to tell you something. He left the Skullgirls community in shambles. And if you want to check that out and you think I'm lying, check out this video right here that I did when the Skullgirls community practically wanted Sonic Fox gone for what he had did to the game. Like, they want him gone. Like, they want Sonic Fox erased from the history books when it comes to Skullgirls. It is that deep. He left that community in disarray, and this is something that no one is talking about and people are pushing under the rug. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because it's a propaganda. That's why. You feel what I'm saying? And it was the truth. Check out that video and y'all know. And I also find it kind of ironic. Even Sonic Fox said that, you know, he has Goichi up there in the Mount Rushmore. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm saying to myself, wasn't Goichi the same guy that Sonic Fox cheated out of that Dragon Ball Fighters tournament? Y'all remember that? The famous switch. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Where Sonic Fox basically delayed the whole fucking finals to get a switch. You feel what I'm saying? Literally cheated Goichi out of that championship. Y'all remember that? Do GOATs do shit like that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Y'all feel what I'm saying? The shit that Sonic Fox has done and continues to do is not GOAT behavior. It is not Mount Rushmore behavior. I am sorry. I'm just telling it like it is. I'm keeping it straightforward down the line with y'all. I don't like Sonic Fox. I honestly don't. But at the same time, look, when it comes to this GOAT shit, you got to come on here and be on some real shit when it comes to this guy and what he has done. Yes, he's great at a lot of fighting games. He really is great at a lot of fighting games. But when it comes to games like a Street Fighter, when it comes to games like a Tekken or a Virtua Fighter or a Soul Calibur, you know, he dibbled and dabbled in Soul Calibur and shit like that. That really didn't end well for him. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So where are those accolades at? You know, that's what I'm looking for. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't need to win a Tekken EVO. He doesn't need to win a Street Fighter EVO. But, you know, maybe something like a Combo Breaker or a CEO. We have not seen Sonic Fox done that. And until he does that, in my mind, he can't be the GOAT. Yeah, he has a whole bunch of NetherRealm accolades. That's great. But, like I said, a guy like Arslan Ash, he has a whole bunch of Tekken accolades. But guess what? Arslan Ash has a whole bunch of KOF accolades as well. Arslan Ash also plays Fatal Fury as well. You feel what I'm saying? And here is the thing. The difference between an Arslan Ash and a Sonic Fox, and I could put Ninja Killer in this conversation as well. Look what Ninja Killer is doing when it comes to Tekken. Ninja Killer has came in. Not only that, he has dominated with his character. He has won multiple tournaments. Ninja Killer has not backed down. Ninja Killer has created a foundation. He has created dedication when it comes to Tekken 8. Y'all feel what I'm saying? And then on top of that, Ninja Killer is playing other games and becoming dedicated to those games as well. Are we seeing Sonic Fox do this? No, we're not seeing Sonic Fox do this. Okay? Ninja Killer can go back and forth between Mortal Kombat and Tekken and win. And win. And not only that, Ninja Killer has a great attitude when he does it. You know, he has class. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't disrespect the people that have come before him and paved the way. He doesn't do that. And it's the same thing with Arslan Ash. These guys have class. They don't back down from the challenge. When they get beat, they get right back up and go right back to it. This is something that Sonic Fox just does not do. And if you want to be the GOAT, you got to prove that you can do that. And Sonic Fox has not proved that he can do that in any of these games not named Mortal Kombat or not named NetherRealm. It's just as real as you can get right there. And like I said, I have Sonic Fox as top 10 of all time. When I mean all time, I mean all time. I have Sonic Fox top 10 all time. So if that's not good enough for the Sonic Fox Slurpees or whatever, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all. And to be quite honest with you, when it comes to the FGC, I can literally sit here and say fan bases can play a factor in someone being the GOAT or not, but I'm not going to do that. Even though I kind of feel like people that worship Sonic Fox are the same type of people that go against the grain. Y'all feel what I'm saying? But I'm not going to sit here and do that. I'm going to leave fan base out of it. But at the same time, I just basically put it down why I feel that Sonic Fox is not the FGC GOAT. And right now, he's not even close to being the FGC GOAT on the Mount Rushmore. I do feel like there are a handful of players that are ahead of him. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all want me to name the players off, I will. Such Arslan Ash, Meta RD, Perfect Legend, Tokido, and right now a lot of people may disagree. I'm gonna have to say Ninja Killer. And like I said, the reason why I say Ninja Killer is because, for one, we already know Ninja Killer can beat Sonic Fox consistently on the NRS stage. Ninja Killer has proven that over the years. And guess what Ninja Killer can do? He can go right back over to Tekken 8 and dominate in Tekken 8 and win. Ninja Killer has done that. So I actually put Ninja Killer ahead of Sonic Fox. And of course, I even put Punk ahead of Sonic Fox. So like I said, he's top 10, but there's a lot of guys ahead of him right now. And like I said, a lot of those guys, they have just more class. They have more dedication. They have more of a foundation. And when they play the fighting games, and like I said, it can be changed. But right now, Sonic Fox just doesn't come close. I'm sorry. You know, like I said, people got their opinions. People are going to put certain people where they want to go when it comes to their GOAT debate, Mount Rushmore. I understand that. But this is just my opinion. This is just how I feel about the whole GOAT debate and Mount Rushmore. Am I wrong? No. Is anyone else wrong when they do it? No. That's just how it is. And so I basically have laid it down to you. The reasons why I feel like Sonic Fox is not the FGC GOAT. People can take that as they will. But for the people that want to take it all super serious and shit like that, the only thing that I can tell you is, you know what? why don't you hit Sonic Fox up and tell him to go win something? Maybe that'll make y'all feel better, because when it comes to this Mortal Kombat EVO win, I personally feel like that shit won nothing. That wasn't nothing at all. I don't even think it was a major accomplishment. I'm just being all the way real with y'all. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about this whole FGC GOAT Mount Rushmore thing that, you know, has been kind of talked about, you know, when it comes to Sonic Fox and shit like that. And when it comes to other players, you feel me? Like I said, I don't like discussing things like that. But in this particular video, I was just like, what the fuck? I'm going to go ahead and discuss it. People want to know my opinion about it. You feel what I'm saying? I had a lot of people come at me in my DMs on Twitter. I'm like, oh, how do you feel about Sonic Fox calling himself the GOAT? The whole Mount Rushmore thing. Y'all got y'all answers right here. Y'all got y'all opinions. And like I said, take it as y'all will. Put y'all thoughts and y'all feelings in the comment section below. We could definitely get a conversation started. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for more of this real talk shit. My name is Demetrius. I will get back at you in the next video. God bless. Stay safe. I am out. Peace.